Well, like, first off, Seth's not here. How's everybody doing?
It's the Seth Meyers Lonely Island podcast minus Turbot.
Let me say, it's too soon.
It's too soon for him to be gone?
Yeah, we just did our very first No Seth episode. It went over great. Mm-hmm. Everyone loved it. And it's way too soon for a sequel. And this is because he couldn't make it work this week. It's not because of us.
He had another bar mitzvah.
Let me tell you about a thing I know. The Lonely Island Seth Meyers podcast show.
Sorry, guys. I did live TV last night, so I'm just really in my performance mode.
Oh, yeah.
Ask me about it.
How was it? I watched a little bit of it after I found out it existed as a thing.
Yeah, I wanted to read our text thread. You're really on top of it.
I know a lot about what's happening in the world. Mulaney has a show on Netflix, guys. Andy was on it. Mm-hmm. I watched a little bit of it last night. See, here's the thing, you guys. I'm a sports nut now, so I was watching the games. And so I wasn't up on the fact that Mulaney has a show.
It's true. Those Knicks.
We're all texting trying to figure out if Seth could make the pod today. Spoiler alert, he couldn't. And Andy said, I'm about to do Mulaney. This was at 6:59 p.m. It's a live show that starts at 7, I believe.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he was texting on the couch.
And then Yorm wrote, I know you'll all be shocked to hear this, but I don't know what that means. Does Mulaney have a show? He's been doing it for over 2 months now, maybe a month and a half at least. Many episodes.
One could even argue it's the talk of the town.
It also is a sequel to him having done it before. So It's also less surprising because it's already happened in the past.
I know his name is Jonathan. I know his last name is
around
Mulaney.
LA and New York, there are billboards.
Yeah, I get outside sometimes too. And here's the thing. When you're a sports nut, Keith, you're just like, go, go, go. What's more information? What are the stats? Look at that pick and roll. There's a layup. Slam dunk.
So you were like, I used to know about Mulaney's show, and then I became a sports nut because the playoffs started, and now there's no room in there for the Mulaney stuff.
It pushed right out.
Exactly. Andy gets it. Anyway, you did great on the show, Andy. It was very funny.
Oh, thanks.
At one point, because I only could kind of half watch because I was with my kids, and at one point I looked over and there was a puff of smoke coming out of your mouth. What was that about?
Oh, yeah. One of the comics, Robbie, brought on a vape.
Of THC?
With tobacco in it?
Yeah, it was tobacco. She kept saying it was only 2% tobacco, then it was really low grade. And it's like mint strawberry flavored or something.
How'd you like it?
Have you ever taken a hit of a vape before?
No, I let everyone know that after that was my first vape experience.
Yeah.
It was pleasant.
You seem to, you did it like a pro, like that would make me think, oh, this guy kind of smokes, but I know for a fact you definitely don't. And so it was very funny.
Well, I definitely don't smoke that tobacco, but the wacky tobacco, I mean, I've puffed my fair share of ganj, you know?
Yeah, but not often in these days. So even that would have been surprising.
I mean, growing up in the Bay, puffing on that law, the Doja, taking it to the neck.
The fact that you know over 5 slang words for it makes me know you're telling the truth.
No stems, no seeds, no sticks? Some of that sticky icky?
Almost like you had 5 on it.
Oh, yeah. You could always count on me to have 5 on it. Sometimes I'd even have 6 on it.
Wow, generous.
How much did you have on it, Keith?
Very little. 1 or 2.
Yorm, how much would you put on it? Be real.
Be real. The rapper.
Okay, yeah, he doesn't. He's just gone. Out to lunch. He's probably checking his phone, looking at sports scores.
Yeah, he's like, oh, how many did Brunson have? I didn't know who that was until a week ago. Yes, that's why I said the word Yorm.
Oh, I thought you were asking Keith. How much
I asked Keith and he answered, Jesus fucking Christ.
This guy's
I
out
can't
to
live
lunch.
like this, you guys. I don't want to do the podcast. Seth's not here. Yorm's not even paying attention because he's fucking fixated on Brunson.
Let's hear what Seth sent. Please play
Love
it.
him. And Hart.
Hey, everybody. I'm Seth Meyers, and you're listening to the Lonely Island and Seth Meyers podcast.
Boo.
So here's the thing. Everyone is here today except me. But because I care deeply about this podcast, I have pre-recorded my part of it. And to make it feel authentic, this is the first time the guys are hearing it, but I do think it might work. Hey, Andy.
Go fuck yourself.
Hey, Keith.
Hey, Seth.
How's it going, Yorm?
Get bent, Turbot.
See, as long as everyone listens, this should be fine. It should feel like a normal pod. And I should say I'm stepping in and doing this because there were some notes about how my last absence caused the pod to feel a little rudderless. So while this isn't ideal, it's better than nothing. Andy, I'm going to start with you. Do you think this will work? Me pre-recording my part of the podcast? I will give you 5 uninterrupted minutes to give your answer.
Wow.
How generous. So tempting now to talk for 5 minutes about how much I hate Seth, but I don't. I love him.
Yeah, it's hard to hate Seth.
I mean, it's fun. Whatever he's doing here is fun.
He's a quality human.
And we don't need him, but we need him for what we've established on the Seth Meyers Lonely Island podcast. That's part of the equation. But we could make a Lonely Island podcast without him, and we'd be just fine.
Yeah, that's true.
But I have this deep sense of anxiety of just like, what's coming next? Oh, God. What are we going to talk about?
I've got stuff. Andy, what are you doing on your phone right now, though?
Obviously, spelling bee. It's a hard one
God.
today.
Yeah, but I
I've
don't
got
think...
53 out of 59 words.
But here's the thing. Without Seth...
I know, I can't zone out like that. You're right. I hear you, but I knew what you were going to say before you even said it. We're so on the same page, unlike me and fucking Yorm, who only cares about Brunson.
And Hart.
And wouldn't even
Town.
answer how many dollars he had on weed back in high school. The answer was zero. We only smoked other people's weed.
Yeah, we had a lot of friends that sold too, so they would just be like, hey, hit this. I own it.
Yeah, drug dealers. Some of them even grew illegally.
Oh, yeah.
And got busted.
When Andy mentioned the word Doja, it harkened back to my first car that I ever purchased, which was a 1976 Plymouth Volare. I bought it from a dude named Asa, who was one of the most bay fools I've ever met, who said a lot of things like, that's sensational. He would say that a lot. Mm-hmm. And when I bought the car, he described it as Doja green inside and out. And I was sold. $500. Yes, sir.
I wonder if we can find a picture of that car. It was a crazy big station wagon.
It was quality. And I had bumper stickers on the back. There was a band called the Who Riders we all liked at the time. They were from Oakland, and they
still
had a song. They're still from Oakland, and they had bumper stickers made for a song that they had called "Shot Callin' and Big Ballin'." And so on the back of the car, I had "Shot Callin' on one side, Big Ballin' on the other," which was funny because the woman who had previously owned it was a 85-year-old woman who had pillars on the end of her driveway, and apparently would crash repeatedly on both sides. So both sides were completely dented. So
yes, the driver of the car was neither shot calling or big balling.
No.
But did they have 5 on it?
Well, I saved a bunch of money for $500. So yeah, I had 5 on it after that. Sometimes 6.
Oh, wait, I have something that's Naked Gun related, which is I just have a special message to somebody. Hey, Jay, I know you're laying in your bed next to your husband, and I hear that you like listening. So Andy and Yorm, say hello to Jay.
Hi, Jay.
She falls asleep to our wonderful, silky voices while her husband, who happens to be a high-level Paramount exec, is laying in bed next to her. The kind of exec that might have to approve overages as a movie nears completion, and might have to approve some music that might come in above the approved amount in the budget, and might. And
Jay, Jay, have a peaceful slumber.
It's a great song. You should approve it.
Oh, it's fully clearable.
VFX sometimes comes in a little hotter than you think.
But you want it to look real.
Somebody has to just sign at the bottom line. And
Perhaps exercising the power of persuasion within a marital situation.
All right. Thank you.
Great. That was a very specific message going out to one of the Quaids.
Just one Quaid.
Great point, Sandy.
Oh.
You know, I should know. You three have done a podcast equivalent in the past. You did a DVD commentary for your fantastic film Popstar. And someone in our YouTube comments wrote this. I recently listened to the Popstar DVD commentary, and it's very funny how close it is to the vibe of the podcast. Akiva tries to keep the train on the tracks. Andy doesn't want to be there. And Yorm is calling in from a phone submerged in water. Is that how you three remembered the DVD commentary? I'll give you 6 minutes for your answer.
I'm so annoyed how well this is working.
Oh my God, that's great. He's really keeping us on task.
That really helps.
Yeah, you got to tip your hat to the guy.
Oh, wow.
That's how little the studio wanted to spend on Popstar after it had come out and they knew it wasn't making money, that they refused to pay for the nominal cost it would have to have Yorma at a microphone, a real microphone.
I remember talking a lot, regardless of whether I should have been for my poor audio quality, but I don't know where I was.
No, but you could have got on a mic. It was they wouldn't pay for it. So we were like, all right, just call in.
There was just one mic. That's it.
That was it.
Wow.
And it was before the technology would allow for just, this.
I guess I was in New York.
Yeah, you were just in New York. There's plenty of mics there that would work.
It's true. By the way, speaking of not remembering why I was or wasn't there, I don't remember this short. The couple of homies that we're going to talk about today, I don't remember why I wasn't really involved in this one.
We can really race by a couple of homies, in my humble opinion.
Whoa!
I don't know. I'm curious about it because I don't remember how it sort of came to be. How'd you guys come up with this?
I mean,
It's definitely a Friday night at midnight.
and it definitely aired. Didn't even shoot at a flat hotel. It is in one of the dressing rooms on 8H.
Yeah, there's no lighting.
There's literally no lights.
It is just, you got to do something. It's Friday night at 9:30, and then
How did
by
it
midnight.
air? Was that?
If you had asked me if this
That's
aired,
the most surprising part.
this
to
is
me.
the one I thought did not air. I was sure this didn't air.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we would have to look at that rundown. It was the Rosario show.
Yeah, I have it here. What do you?
It might have been that the whole writing staff hit a wall that week. Was it in the middle of a crazy run? That's sometimes what happened.
Yeah, maybe. Not only did it air, but it aired in like a primo digital short spot, like in the third act before the first musical guest.
Oh, no.
Before Fleet Foxes did their first song. You know what I really do like from the show is there's a Yorm dances to Fleet Foxes. That's one of my favorite Yorm dances just because I remember
See,
having a great vibe.
So I was there that week, but why wasn't I really involved with this short? Maybe I hated it.
Is there a MacGruber?
That's what I was checking that because I was like, there had to be like a MacGruber or something that was distracting me. But
Oh, Kevin's reminding us that it originally was at dress rehearsal in a previous show in November, maybe the Afro show.
Oh, so
And
it didn't air.
We made it way before.
And then this show needed something to get between an Aladdin sketch and a Gilly.
And they were like, a couple of homies, that's already shot.
And then they threw it in, and we must have been blindsided.
okay, can we describe what it is though? So Andy enters a dressing room to see Fred,
You're doing great.
says hello to him. They slap five because they're pals, and then a song with Will Forte singing starts describing exactly what you're seeing. And cue clip.
Hey, man. Andy.
How are you?
Hi, man.
Good. What are you up to?
Just reading a magazine.
Oh, cool.
Just get here?
Yeah, I took the subway.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Close friends, slap and five. Their hands meet in a symphony of friendship. Oh, slap and five.
So I believe what happened is we obviously had nothing, and Forte, when I was like, probably asked Forte, like begging him, like, what do you got? And he came up with an idea of doing like improv songs describing what's happening when nothing important is happening, I guess.
Oh, is this a Forte idea?
I think so, just because otherwise wouldn't it have been you singing?
Oh my God, definitely blame it on him.
Yeah, that's why I said we need Forte Voice to defend himself.
They are funny songs, and
Yeah.
they each change genres pretty distinctly into a new vibe.
There's also a back scratch one that kind of is nice.
Back scratch.
That is maybe my favorite.
Doesn't
part.
that sound like you made that music, Yorm?
You what?
Doesn't that sound like your music?
I think I did make that, so I was loosely involved.
So you were there.
Maybe I'm just trying to pass the buck here.
Yeah, I think you were heavily involved.
Maybe it was your idea. So Yorm came in at 9, like, I've got it, guys.
Got it. Don't worry about it. And then I'll immediately forget that it was my idea.
Got to make room for Brunson stats.
Andy, we had multiple comments
that's back.
about upside down naked skier.
Oh, no.
Most of our listeners agreed with you that
Derailing us.
it was an unfair cut based on
That's
how
good.
it played.
That's good.
Someone said their favorite comment in the last episode was when you, Andy, said you couldn't hear if Upside Down Naked Skier was playing. But that, quote, might have been because my ears were full of blood, end quote.
Mm-hmm.
Someone also, though, asked a technical question. Andy, when you were upside down, do they hold the cue cards upside down too? I'll give you 2 seconds for your answer.
Yes.
And now I'll give you another minute if you would like to expand on that.
I feel like Seth's distracting us now.
This is like talking to an AI nurse.
You'd think that if he's going to bother interjecting, he would have recorded on his podcast mic, not like in a wind tunnel-y kind of like with a lot of background sound.
I think we can all agree Seth is trash.
He probably was trying to save money, like the way that Universal was doing the pop star.
Oh, yeah, that's why. He's doing a callback to Yorm's pop star commentary.
Oh, how savvy of him.
It's actually very kind of meta.
He's on point. That turbot's on point.
But, I mean, I don't want to be rude to the person who asked the question, even though I want to be rude to Seth. Yes, they hold the cue cards upside down, and I read them upside down. But to me, upside down, they look completely normal.
You got it in under the minute.
But your ears are full of blood.
Oh, it was very uncomfortable.
Once again, great answer, Andy.
Oh, jeez.
And let me just say, your vibe is fantastic today. I feel like you finally got that job
Very
setting
clever.
right. Whatever you did today, try try to keep replicating it. Yorm, you still with us, bud?
Yep. Thanks,
Okay,
Seth.
Yorm.
No.
Get ready to have your mind blown. And by the way, if you guys ever want to pause this pre-recording of me, I did work something out with Jeff earlier. The code word, if you want him to pause this, is just any one of you scream, "Pause it, Jeff!"
Pause it, Jeff.
All right, so Yorm.
Thank you. Oh, man, it's like getting a mosquito out of the tent.
It's
Now I'm so curious what he was going to ask me, though. But let's not do it.
Well, I mean, we don't like a couple of homies, so I'm happy to go back to Seth. I just felt like exercising my power.
Yeah, I actually am, really thanking Seth. This is really thoughtful. He put some time in. Those were interesting factoids he had.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think he did? Because I feel like he either gave these as a series of clips to Jeff and then Jeff is just randomly playing them, or he did it all in one and he did timers. And then I'm wondering what he did.
He absolutely did not do timers. Jeff is doing timing for him.
Okay.
There's no doubt in my mind. Jeff, why don't you tell us the truth?
It's a series of clips that I am timing you.
Oh, fuck. So he was a lazy
Think
son of
Seth
a
would
bitch.
fucking waste his precious time? No, he's too busy tricking other people into starting podcasts with him and then bailing on them and then trying to act like it's their fault in his thing he sent in. God damn you, Seth. God damn you to hellfire. I hope you burn there and your skeleton burns and you
Jesus.
keep consciousness.
All right, I'm going to screen
Surprised he
share
hasn't brought up the dog yet.
the dog in my house.
No. Frisbee. Like he's going to transition to
There is a
Frisbee
dog in
and
my
stuff.
house that Zoom is editing
Yorm, you'll
out.
get this. I want all the smoke.
Yeah, Yorm will get that.
Sports nut.
I'm up on that.
Support for the Lonely Island and Seth Meyers podcast comes from Airbnb. Oh, Akiva.
Yeah, here I am. I've got a big vacation coming up, and I know you like to vacation with your family. Tell me what I should do.
Well, so I went with my brother and my parents. We went to Pittsburgh this last year. We like to go once a year. And we've been staying at old Airbnbs recently. And it's just so lovely because we're in neighborhoods. We're around people who live there. We're by local coffee shops, restaurants that are attached to hotels. It's just great. It feels like we're at home. And, I don't see my parents that much. I don't see my brother that much. But, like a lot of families, we used to all live together. And when we do an Airbnb trip, we feel like we live together again.
Now, did you stay near that bar? And I can't remember its name. It's like Schlotsky's. It's like a dive bar with a pool table in the back. You know what I'm talking about? You been there?
I don't, but next time I'll stay next to Schlotsky's.
It's not what it's called. Somebody's going to write in and know.
Okay, good.
But it has a great name like Snoobies or something.
But we can only do it. We can only stay at one of these when people are kind enough to share their home with us. And maybe you're one of those people. You could make memories both as a traveler and as a host. Your home could be worth more than you think. Find out how much at airbnb.com/host. Support comes from Soul. Keeve, I don't need to tell you. Sometimes you just need a little something in the middle of the afternoon to get you through the rest of your inbox or something at the end of the day
Do I?
to make your evening more enjoyable. I think for Andy, obviously, it's Jav.
Yeah, he's a job head.
But it can't be Jav for all of us.
Sometimes I need something that just hits a little different.
Yeah, well, guess what? Soul, today's sponsor, can help. Soul is a wellness brand that believes feeling good should be fun and easy. Soul specializes in delicious hemp-derived THC and CBD products designed to boost your mood and help you unwind.
Ooh, that sounds real good right now.
You know what you need to get your hands on, Keith? They're best-selling out-of-office gummies that were designed to provide a mild, relaxing buzz, boost your mood, and enhance creativity and relaxation, which are like your two favorite things to do. One, relax, and two, be creative.
That's it. This ad is working on me. Keep going.
Also, I want to tell you the out-of-office gummies come in 4 different strengths, so you can find the perfect dose for your vibe. Choose from a gentle microdose, perfect buzz, a noticeable high, or a fully lit experience. Plus, they come in their new out-of-office beverage. If you aren't feeling like a gummy, a refreshing alcohol-free alternative, perfect for summer sipping.
Honestly, sounds very good. I personally would probably be a gentle microdose. Maybe a perfect buzz, but probably the gentle one.
Yeah, you're a gentle fellow.
Yeah.
And here's the good news. You can bring on the good vibes and treat yourself to Soul today. Right now, Soul is offering our audience 30% off your entire order. Go to getsoul.com and use the code ISLAND. That's getsoul.com. Promo code ISLAND for 30% off.
Support comes from Vuori, incredibly versatile and comfortable, perfect for whatever your day brings. Now, I was just talking to Andy, and he was telling me the same thing I told Seth last week, which is that people in our lives genuinely hear this ad and hit us up all the time saying, hey, can I get free Vuori? Because they actually wear it and they actually love it, and it is a real thing that people really like.
Yeah, but guess what? That's why we have a cool promotional code at the end.
Exactly, but that only gets you your first purchase, and these people, let's just say, are addicts. And some things about Vuori that I want to tell you, Yorm. It's designed to look great beyond the gym, whether you're running errands, heading to the office, or meeting up with friends. And if you're on the website, shopping is easy. Finding what you need on the website takes no time, and it's great for any workout or, as they said, outside of workout activity. You want your bod to look like Jeremy Allen White in the Calvin Klein ads, right, Yorm? It's not too late for you.
Oh.
And when you're out there pumping and dumping, whatever you're doing in the gym.
Well, I'm not dumping, but I am pumping, yeah.
Well, you're dumping calories.
That's true.
And sweat.
Yeah, you're right. You know, I take it back. I'm pumping and dumping.
Well, that's why you actually need this stuff, because the fabric whisks,
yes.
It's ideal for fitness, running, and training, but also stylish and comfortable enough to wear all day. Soft, lightweight, 4-way performance stretch, moves with you, no restriction. Andy, I know this is something special for you, a breathable boxer brief liner. Built-in comfort and support. Now, I know Andy's pretending he's not here, but I can still see him on the Zoom, and he's nodding about the boxer brief liner. That's important to him.
Gotta be breathable.
Oh, there he goes. He chimed in. It's available in 3 inseam options, too, Yorm. I know that's important. A perfect fit for every preference. Vuori is an investment in your happiness. For our listeners, they're offering 20% off your first purchase. Get yourself some of the most comfortable and versatile clothing on the planet at vuori.com/island. That's VUORI.com/island. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Go to vuori.com/island and discover the versatility of Vuori clothing. Exclusions apply. Visit the full website for full terms and conditions. All right, I'm going to screen share. You guys seen this?
Okay, we're watching me dance to...
It's not playing.
We talked a little bit about me doing the dancing, right?
What are they playing there? Is it like Blue Ridge Mountains?
Yeah, exactly.
I believe that is...
Fucking love that song.
Oh, won't get worried no more.
Here it goes.
That was the exact thing you sang.
I gotta say, I'm pretty fit, you guys. Am I wearing a white belt or something?
Mm-hmm. Then pants to Bill, but Forte's there today too. Mm-hmm. And then the saxophone.
I like that for the Fleet Foxes one.
You forgot. Andy forgot. That's a genuine... Andy genuinely forgot.
I did not remember that. That got me. The idea that you would just fully ruin their performance is so funny.
But it's so funny that we made Lenny Pickett give us the audio for that, because I didn't actually play sax.
Yeah, you can't rip a sax, but it really sounds good. It sounds legitimately like you're doing it.
Yeah, it sounds like it's in the room. It sounds great.
That's probably our best one of those.
It's definitely probably the most creative and surprising.
That's on YouTube. Anybody wants to find it, just type in Yorm Dances to Fleet Foxes. It's sitting right there.
Mm-hmm.
I just love that we had the energy to be like, hey, let's do something else. I mean, I guess after a couple of homies, we had the stamina.
This is what I'd be the most excited for that week. I'd be doing this and I'd write, this is what I wrote on the caption, secret stolen footage from SNL. I caught this totally private moment of Yorma with Fleet Foxes on January 17th, 2009.
That's good fun.
Keith, do you remember, did we have one of those little handheld weird, like, recording devices to record it? Like, how did we record these? Do you remember?
Yeah, I think we talked about this last time we talked about these, but it was, I have the camera here in my closet. It's
So do I, yeah.
one of those little silver point and shoot cameras that had a video mode.
It almost looked like a Ring doorbell kind of thing, right? And then you'd like pop out the USB.
No, those were called flip. Those were called flip cameras, and I don't even think I had that yet. This was like a point and shoot for stills that had a video mode. That was
that's right.
One of those ones that could fit in your pocket. Yeah. Here's what one of the comments from 10 years ago. He didn't interrupt the song. It was replying to people who were like mad that you were, or not mad, but like shocked you would interrupt. They always do the Yorm Dances videos during rehearsals, so the band is playing just for the video. It is rehearsals, but it's not, they're not playing for us. They're genuinely rehearsing, and then we're just doing it.
I just like that each of these bands, we had to be like, hey, do you mind if we go just stand in front
like while you're rehearsing for your big, like, scary live show tonight,
like, that's not distracting.
Can Yorm dance around? It's also, they're about to be on live TV in like 4 hours.
Fleet Foxes were not tripping, though. They were very nice.
No, they're delightful.
Yeah, cool guys.
They sounded very good, too. I love their music.
Yep.
I'm just reading through the comments in case there was anything good.
Was there anything about my bod and how tight it was back in the day?
Yeah. Did anyone at that time say, man, I bet you in a bunch of years.
He'll be way fatter later.
Boy, I bet he's glad he's got that captured.
15 years from now, he'll be happy he has this because it is not going to stay this way.
Yorm's like an old pinup girl from the 40s. Like, that was me.
Yeah, he's like the Titanic lady.
It was a hat tamale.
Yeah, I was a hat tamale back then. Me and my one piece. Oh, I'd walk down the beach at Coney Island and all the boys would stare.
Jeff is nudging us that he has more Seth notes. Go ahead. You want to play the rest of that one?
We talked in the last episode about how Hauser is also Douglas Quaid's real name in Total Recall. And what a coincidence that was that you would bring it up in the Doogie Howser episode. Well, also, Douglas Quaid's real name is Hauser, just like Doogie Howser. Doogie's real name is Douglas. So this really has turned into a real puzzle. This has Total Recall.
What are the years
style
when did
plot
Total Recall come out?
I'm just going to slide into my next point.
Well.
We were talking about merch, and hopefully both Yorm's on it to make some merch that nobody wants, and then some professionals on it to make some merch people might one day buy. All right, bear with me. We were talking about merch, but we were also talking about Kangles. What if our podcast made Quado-themed Kangles called Quangles?
Oh, God.
Andy, can you please, as Billy Bob Thornton, say Quangles 3 times and then react as though as Quado is bursting out of your stomach?
I want to do it, and I'm also doing it in protest, under protest.
Yeah, we get it. Duress.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
Like, I'm going to fucking pre-record my next episode. Here we go. Quangles. Quangles. Quangles.
I got to...
They're the best!
That was right. That was worth it.
Yeah.
Quangles.
You're a member of
Great,
the Quaid
and then-
Army? Oh, boy, he's coming back. Never mind. Go ahead.
We'll just maybe play, because we don't need to re-record it. We'll just get Forte's Joey Pants saying Dare to Best at the end of that.
Too late.
And then I would assume the Quangles will just
If he was
start
here, he would know that.
flying off the shelves. You know what, Jeff? Just play Dare to Best for me real quick.
Dare the best.
All right.
Oh.
So last but not least, I did get a voice recording for us, guys. We talked about Shoemaker's final week and that we had a party for him and that Fred Armisen played his version of Blackbird for Shoemaker, and Fred was kind enough to record it. So here is the promised Fred Armisen singing a poor version of Blackbird.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take this broken
God.
wing
It's just
and
one
let
note
it
wrong.
fly.
Oh, no.
It's so good.
You're only waiting for this moment to arrive. Blackbird fly. Blackbird fly. Into the light of the dark black night.
Wow. Oh, can we
It
add a
takes
standing
really
ovation after
being
that?
good at music to be off in that specific of a good way, because it's
Keeve, how hard is it to make ringtones? Like, do you know how to do that? Because that feels like it should be.
I'm
my
sure it's
ringtone.
not that hard in this day and age, or maybe it's impossible and they've locked it out. I haven't tried in
Yeah,
a
all right.
decade.
Weigh in on the
I
comments.
was going to say, I don't think I've done it since the Goulet thing.
Yeah, somebody can tell us how to do it. Send us a voice note in and we'll play it in its entirety, step by step of how to
Yeah, make it long and
create
slow.
an iPhone
please.
ringtone. So I think that we kind of brushed past the most important part of what Seth found out from one of our Quaid Army, which is his name was Douglas Quaid
Yeah.
/ Douglas Hauser. And I'm looking online and it is true. Dr. Douglas Doogie Howser. So they had the same full name.
That's incredible.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Like, we could make a shirt that says Douglas Hauser and it could have both Schwarzenegger and NPH next to each other.
Yes.
Also, it immediately begs the question, the timeline tracks, is Total Recall a sequel to Doogie Howser, the show?
It's possible because it's in the future.
Yeah, he's a kid in the first one, so that like he could get buff.
So in terms of also just timeline of release, it's bizarre because September 19th, 1989 is the pilot premiere of Doogie Howser, MD. And then the movie came out in 1990 at some point.
This just became like almost like a crime podcast. Like we're really getting a deep dive.
Well, that means that it came out June 1st, 1990. So, in the summer, that means they were likely filming around the same time. So the question is, what event happened a year or 2 years before then that affected both the writers of Total Recall and Douglas Howser, MD?
Or, Akiva, is one of the writers of either one of those actually using a nom de plume, and it's the same person?
Oh, and this was their little breadcrumbs they were leaving.
Yes.
That only we finally picked up.
They are now our Moriarty.
Oh my gosh.
I think that might have been a stretch.
They've been waiting 35 years for somebody to finally piece together.
Oh my God.
So he starts as a kid doctor, then he grows up and is with Sharon Stone, I believe, and then he gets bored with life.
Right.
Because obviously he's so brilliant that life can't compete, so he goes to the place to he lost his whole childhood being a doctor in an ER and shit. And so he's like, Jesus, I never lived.
Well, and then travel to Mars becomes more readily available.
Well, he goes to that place for I haven't watched Total Recall in decades either, but doesn't he goes to like a video game place for a virtual reality experience to see like what could life have been like if I hadn't sold my childhood to a hospital.
And also maybe spent a lot of time in Austria. And then it rubbed off on him the way he speaks.
Right.
Well, and also steal the air from Mars, right?
But that's fine.
Doesn't he need to like infiltrate the rebellion on Mars and meet Quado and kill him?
That's part of his exciting fantasy, right? That's not what's really happening. Or is it?
Or is it? That's the whole question.
Yeah.
That is the question.
He might still just be a regular doctor who spent a lot of time in Austria back home on Earth.
But let me put it this way. If you were a 12-year-old who became a doctor and missed your entire adolescence, you might be into ooh, what if a girl had 3 tits? You missed a crucial part of growing up and being a teenager and kind of maturing.
Yeah, right.
That makes sense.
I'm just saying there's some pretty immature stuff in Total Recall that Quaid's mind is thinking up.
All the immature stuff in Total Recall has to do with
It's a stunted childhood.
Having a stunted social life from being a doctor.
Yeah, he didn't get to go to college and experiment and do stuff.
Yes.
And that's why he needs excitement.
That all tracks.
It's his gap year recall.
That's what it is. It's his Rumspringa.
Exactly. Retroactive.
Yeah.
And he goes from speaking kind of like this to, I'm gonna kill you, you son of a bitch. Because of the time spent in Austria as a doctor.
Did they ever call him Doogie Quaid?
Yeah, is that his nickname?
No, but that's another great shirt. Doogie Quaid.
Because Sharon Stone, as a term of endearment, can be like, Doogie, why do you need to go to the mind-altering place? Our life's exciting enough as it is, Doogie. Has anyone else named Douglas ever been called Doogie, I guess?
Right. Or did they make that up for the show? Because they were like, we really want his name to be Doogie, but no one would ever really name their kid that.
Yeah, it's short for Douglas.
I feel like it would be harder to hate him with a nickname like Doogie. To be like, oh, God, that guy who came before me who's tricked me, Doogie. I'll get that Doogie.
Oh, Douglas, come on in. Oh, it's actually pronounced Douglas.
It's pronounced Douglas.
Well, we did it.
Oh, crack the code.
Seth would have never allowed this level of investigating.
That's right. This is what the podcast should be. You know what, guys? Before this, I was against podcasts. But now that we've this is why you have to do them, because you uncover things you never expected.
I mean, Seth started this, so I think Seth wanted this conversation.
No, Seth had nothing to do with it, and he's a piece of shit, and he sucks.
Well, he read a comment and then would have moved past briskly to keep the show car on the tracks.
No way, Jose.
Exactly.
Sorry, Seth.
We can keep a car on the tracks because guess what? I saw another comment that said, I've seen a car on the tracks. It's a DeLorean in Back to the Future 3. So that's obviously what Yorm was referencing. So thank you, commenter.
Huh.
Thank you for making Yorm's comment make perfect sense.
That was a cool car to be on the tracks.
Yeah.
Fun little sidebar. I'm making a DeLorean.
I gotta go
out of this.
host a talk show now. You guys are going to talk about a couple of homies.
Yorm had a fun little sidebar.
Obviously heartbroken not to be there for this, but you guys did it. It's your victory lap to take.
Fortes.
What I wouldn't give to say I had something to do with a couple of homies, but it was you guys. You were the homies. You were the trio of homies. And Keeve, I think it's probably best if you take the lead. And I love you guys.
Okay, love you, Seth.
Oh, I guess that was his last one then.
We can only pray.
Thank you, Seth. Thanks for calling in.
As we've established, it was all Forte's fault.
What was your sidebar, Yorm?
Oh, it's just that I'm building while I am watching Brunson slam hoops and stuff.
Right.
I'm also building a Lego DeLorean car, which I think is basically those are the two sides of my personality. You know,
That's pretty fun, watching basketball and building a DeLorean.
adult puzzling while watching b-ball.
Doesn't get much better.
Nope.
All right, well, we have a special voice note from a true Quaid,
Ooh,
a real Quaid, a double down Quaid,
how is that?
a member of the Quaid Army, and a Quaid by birth.
Hi, guys. Jack Quaid here. Thank you so much for letting me send a voice memo in. I love the show, and I'm such a big fan of all of you guys, and I have been for years, so this is gigantic for me. Okay, let me just explain my personal saga with this whole Quaid Army business. First thing you should know is, as a nickname, a lot of my friends call me either Quaid or Quado or some version of that.
Imagine getting to be
So I'm
called
listening
Quaid.
to the Quado episode, and naturally you're throwing around the word Quaid a lot because you're talking about Total Recall, and I'm having kind of an automatic response because it feels like someone's saying my name a bunch, which you kind of are, but because my nickname is Quaid, I'm really perking up every time you guys say it. And I remember it being like slightly distracting, but I still loved the episode. And I was like, it's going to be fine. They're talking about a Total Recall sketch. No. Of course they're going to say Quaid a bunch. This will probably simmer down. Oh boy, how wrong I was. It just kept building, and then Quaid Army became a thing, and it became somewhat of a problem for me because I just have you guys on in my apartment, and logically I know Andy Samberg is not calling my name inside my apartment. But for a second, I believe that is 1,000% true. So yeah, it's ruining my life. But I think that's such a testament to how much I love the show and how much I love you guys. I'm just starting not to care. It's not weird for me anymore. I just love this weird ass bit that you guys do and have been doing for years. And I just think it's funny, and I love that it has absolutely nothing to do with me or anyone I'm related to. Anyway, I'm a Quaid who is a Quaid, and I don't have a smint. Quaid Army for life, righteous kill, all the things. Guys, thank you so much for having me on. Have a great day.
Oh, Jack.
What a sweetheart.
Righteous kill to you, good sir. How nice.
I loved all that.
Really great to hear from a double Quaid.
Double Quaid.
Those are rare. He might be the only one.
I mean, yeah. In a lot of ways, he's a VIP.
Yeah.
Front of the line.
I mean, he's more of a Quaid than we could ever imagine. Thanks for that. What a treat.
Yeah, thank you, Jack.
Yeah, it's hard to recover from it. It's such a treat.
Thank you and sorry. Apologies.
Support comes from Betterment. When investing your money starts to feel like a second job, Betterment steps in with a little work-life balance. It's the automated investing and savings app that handles the work so you don't have to. Yorm, you invest in stuff.
I do. Yeah, I've lost a bunch of money recently.
Mostly on the black web, but have you ever considered doing legal trades with Betterment?
No, I only do black web stuff. So yeah, this sounds interesting.
The dark web, guys.
Andy decided to tune in for the dark web. You're right. All right. Our automated tools simplify the complex and put your money to work, optimizing day after day and again. So go ahead, take your time to rest and recharge, because while your money doesn't need a work-life balance, you do. Make your money hustle with Betterment. Get started at Betterment.com. That's BetterMent.com. Investing involves risk, performance not guaranteed. Support comes from Cremo. Listen, Yorm, I got a confession. I've been hitting the gym before work.
Ooh.
The exercise is great, but can I tell you something that's a little embarrassing?
Always, Keith. We've been friends forever.
I know you've been going for that Jeremy Allen White bod, so I knew you're the right guy to talk to here. And I know you have a little bit of self-conscious stuff about how great you looked in that Fleet Foxes video. And that it's been a lot of years. So this is something that's even more detailed and it may be embarrassing. The exercise is great, But managing the sweat and odor has been, let's say, a challenge.
Okay.
Yesterday, I had to pick up some body care stuff, but the scents were so boring. Men's products need more variety. How many times have I said that, Yorm?
Oh, this product sounds like it's going to just like change your life, Keith. I'm so glad for you because you've said it for the last 25 years.
Yeah, well, I have body odor problems, let's just say. And then it gets worse.
Ew.
When I try to cover it up and it's boring. So part of the problem is just boring scents.
Yeah.
Cremo products are all barber grade and made with pride, professionalism, and passion to guarantee you quality without compromise. Elevate your deodorant experience with Cremo's 2 latest signature scents. Italian Bergamont. It's bright, fresh, and robust, showcasing notes of bergamot and neroli blossom. Now, how many times have you been like, have you been out smelling neroli?
Well, I'm already not bored, I'll tell you with the scents.
Thank you. And fresh vetiver. How good do those words sound like they'd smell?
The most good.
Okay, and then the other one is called Palo Santo, and it's deep, smoky, and refined, featuring notes of Palo Santo, bright cardamom, and dry papyrus.
That's the one I've tried and I love it. Hey, what sets Cremo apart from other men's deodorants?
Well, they use enhanced multi-layered scent technology for a longer lasting experience, so you can apply it once and enjoy how you smell all day. And Yorm, one last little note I'd like to share is that deodorant isn't just for smelling good or avoiding sweat. The scent you choose sets the tone for how you present yourself. Cremo helps men make an unforgettable impression every time.
I mean, I feel like you always make an unforgettable impression, Keith, but this is just going to enhance that.
Well, let me tell you how to get it. Head to Target or Target.com to find Cremo's new line of antiperspirants and deodorants in the Italian Bergamont and Palo Santo scents. Once again, that's Target or Target.com.
Are we done with Couple of Homies? I wanted to talk about the end of Couple of Homies.
Yeah, let's get into Couple of Homies, dude.
So the end of Couple of Homies is the part that I like the most. Back scratch, funny little song.
Yeah.
Other parts of it were just kind of like fun.
Mm-hmm.
But then at the end, it cuts to Forte in the record booth. He finishes the song. We're just a couple of homies, yeah, yeah, yeah. Camera slowly pulls back. This is nice direction, in my opinion. Forte dramatically steps back from the microphone in the record booth and turns, revealing something we've done before. He's not wearing any pants or underwear. However, in this particular instance, it's not blurred. He leans against the wall and we see his full butt.
Yeah.
Which I remember us being like, how is this possible that we're airing this?
It did air that way, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we rewatched it this morning and it is fully in there. And it is obviously the funniest part and the biggest laugh in it. But it was like a full NYPD Blue, you know, where you're like, there's a flesh butt being shown on network television.
A full NYPD Blue, that's your reference?
I forgot that they did that.
Yeah,
that was a
Dennis
big deal. Dennis Franz butt. And that show was on from 10 to 11 on primetime. So this definitely could
By
do
the
it.
way, Yorm, it was a big, like...
At the time, big deal.
Well, they were teasing it ahead of time. Like
yeah,
get
you wanna see
ready,
a
because
butt.
you're going to see Dennis Franz's
No
butt.
way.
Yeah, and everyone's like, oh my God, I'm tuning in.
No way
Like-
they teased it ahead of time. They just dropped
Oh,
that
they
on us.
absolutely did. That's how how few options there were back then where you're like, that's event television.
We should have teased Forte's
I
butt.
loved that show. I'm looking it up.
By the way, no shade on Dennis Franz's butt. I'm just saying, like, there was a lot less access to butts.
Well, he was kind of the pioneer then, you know. He made it possible to have a couple homies there like this.
I
So-
think Couple of Homies was in its essence an homage to NYPD Blue. And just the whole culture surrounding it.
God damn. We don't have actors like Dennis Franz anymore. I miss that. Look at that guy. Sipowicz.
Yeah, man.
Do either of you guys remember, was Forte wearing some sort of cod piece on the front, or did he just do it?
Well, based on the quality of the camera it was shot on, I think there's a strong chance it was like just you or Keeve were in there with him and he did it. That's my guess. But we should get a voice note from him.
I don't think there was production, but he might have went and grabbed a dance belt of some sort.
You know what? Knowing Forte, he might have owned one.
I was trying to find an ad really fast of Sipowicz. Tune in to NYPD Blue tonight, where I'm going to be showing full ass. Is that how it went?
That's
Also, there's a crime of some
no,
sort.
I think it was definitely their VO guy.
Because wasn't it on Thursdays at like after Friends and Cheers and stuff, right? So this would have been during like right between Friends and Cheers, he'd be like, "Hey, this pretty funny stuff, huh? Well, don't turn your TVs off because at 10 p.m. I'm showing full ass." Oh, it was ABC, so it was Disney.
That's definitely how they promoted it.
It was like Step by Step or Boy Meets World was on or something. He's like, "Hey, stay tuned after Boy Meets World tonight."
Well, Boy Meets World would have been way earlier, right? That's more like a 5 p.m. or something.
Well, yeah. Or what are the ABC shows? Step by Step or something? What were the? Well, that was TGIF, right? But
yeah. NYPD Blue wasn't after that. Was it TGIF? It couldn't have been.
Yeah, NYPD Blue was part of TGIF.
No, it was Wednesdays.
No, it was on Wednesdays, but I don't know what was before it. It was like, after this, after Freaks and Geeks, stay tuned.
I think that was Fox, no?
Nah, what was Freaks and Geeks?
Wait, but did you guys watch this? Was it in a sex scene? It had to be a sexy thing, right?
I think it was him like waking up in the morning and going to put his pants on.
Really? They were just like just before teeth brushing, full ass.
Oh, Jeff says he thinks he was in the shower.
I mean,
oh yeah, shower. Okay.
God damn it, I love your hypothetical commercial for it, though, Keith.
Why do you think there was a promo? How did they possibly promo?
It was like the VO guy being like, and for the first time ever on network television, nudity.
Full buttocks.
I almost just spit my coffee out. Absolutely not, Andy.
And then I remember it being a news story after where it was like water cooler talk of like, I don't know what the big deal is. It's not like he's got some great ass.
The water cooler aftermath I get. The promo of being like, you gotta watch. For anybody listening to this right now who doesn't remember or doesn't know who Dennis Franz was, look him up because...
Well, we name check him in Mona Lisa, pop star.
Yes, and I'm genuinely a fan, but like, let's say he looks like a character that would be on I Think You Should Leave. It is not what you would think of as the stereotypical sex symbol where you'd be like, oh, wow, we got to tune in and see his butt.
It's so fun to look him up. I just did it and it is well worth it. Like, that is not something that you're like promoing. Like, ooh, you know whose ass you got to see.
Did you look up the video, Yorm?
No, I've just looked up his face. It's just great.
I thought we were all simultaneously Googling Dennis Franz butt.
Shower
I
butt.
definitely am.
I don't think this has gotten off the rails.
This is what, listen, Jay's in bed.
Oh my God.
Mikey's trying to fall asleep, but he's hearing us. This is what she tunes in for.
Quaid, what are you doing in the kitchen? I could have been talking to anybody.
Oh, I found
Doesn't
it.
have to necessarily be Jack.
Yeah.
Just any Quaid.
That was you just disturbing him in his apartment.
Any real Quaid. Any double Quaid.
Quaido! He said they say Quaido. We would never say that until now.
Well, Quaido has absolutely nothing to do with Total Recall, a.k.a. the sequel to Doogie Howser.
Hey, Quaido, make like Dennis Franz and show me that butt. Hey, I think I found the clip.
You did?
Dude, this podcast is way better without Seth. I'm flying.
Oh, hold on, I'm sharing screen.
Is this allowed to be on YouTube? Oh my God.
Oh, fuck yeah. We're watching it, you guys. Oh, shit.
All right, so he's wearing his usual button-up shirt with short sleeves, which I always call the Dennis Franz look.
Oh, this is going to be
good. Like he was about to pee.
His girlfriend or wife is coming in, is having small talk. Bam.
Oh my God, there's his butt.
Whoa.
I just saw his butt.
That was full ass.
It looked great.
It did.
Yeah.
He's been chasing down perps. He keeps it tight.
Smooth.
Oh. Why was there a gratuitous...
Well, there's two butts.
There's another butt.
There was a gratuitous pan down to his butt a second time. And then a girl butt.
Oh my
she's
God.
She's in full makeup too.
Oh, it's because he hasn't had a girlfriend much before, so he's never showered with somebody.
It's about his intimacy.
Story-wise, character-wise.
Terrible shower pressure too. Bad water pressure.
Oh my God. This is a long scene.
He's never done this. It's about him learning about intimacy.
Oh my God. The close-up of his butt panning to the second butt was classic.
I can't believe it showed his butt twice and panned to his butt.
There it is again. There's her butt again.
Whoa, that actually is crazy to be on TV, that last one.
This guy doesn't understand sex.
Wait, is she jerking him off?
Yeah.
This is very pornographic for ABC.
This is very pornographic.
This is HBO level. This was on Disney-owned ABC.
Jesus, it's porn.
It's still going.
Franz didn't write this episode, did he?
I don't even know how that's on YouTube, let alone ABC.
Yeah.
Get me, Michael Eisner.
Wow, thanks for finding that, Keeve.
I'm genuinely shocked.
Is it possible that Franz pitched that episode? He was like, what if I'm in the shower and you see my butt?
You think he pitched it?
That came from Mickey Mouse himself.
I was going to say that came from the top.
That came from the top.
Who was in charge? Was it Iger? That was an Iger joint.
No, that is probably Eisner, probably Michael Eisner at that point.
I always get them confused.
Yeah.
I always mix them up. Well, I was hanging with Tommy Hanks the other day. And I was like,
You know what?
was it Eisner or Iger? Anyway, Yorm, you know how it is, Brunson.
Who did the shower jerk-off scene? Was that Eisner or Iger? That shook me, actually. That was like HBO level. I can't believe that was on network TV.
I just like that he didn't understand what was happening. He was like, whoa, I usually wash myself. That part of myself, I usually wash myself.
I'm usually in the shower just one person.
Yes.
This is weird because you're a second person in here.
Quaid, what are you cooking? Could have been anyone.
This joke is complicated. What are you cooking?
The whole cast now exists to talk specifically to two people. Jack Quaid.
Jack Quaid? These are just Jack Quaid.
But also, I'm just saying, Jay. All right. These were some other comments. Ready?
Okay.
Kelly Bowes from last week said Neil Patrick Harris has 3 first names and so should not have been eligible for the 2 first names club.
You're right. Same as Michael Clark Duncan.
But is Harris? I mean, yeah, I guess it can be.
Yeah, we have known multiple people named Harris. Yeah.
Yeah, it can be. But is it more commonly a last name? I hear you.
It's not as common. I mean, it took this many years for somebody to call it out, so.
I think it should be, though. Harris is a good first name. If anybody wants to name their boy or girl Harris, I fully approve of that.
Oh, good to know.
I'm sure people were shouting at their TV screens back then. There just wasn't as much social media to really get it out.
It was harder to cut through the noise back then.
We have a pitch for merch, which would be a box of Smints, but the logo says Quaid Army.
Love.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
Little insight. Oh, you could also do a Molson.
Oh, yeah.
Molson label that says Quaid Army, like a Molson bottle.
Well, after drinking all those Molsons, you're going to need a Smint.
Well, that's right. They do come hand in hand.
It is hand in hand.
Especially if you're hoping to do some necking.
This is from, hey guys, big Frasier file here. Part of the crane train.
Cool.
What part is sadder, the tossed salads or the scrambled eggs? Something to think about.
I mean, I always imagine the scrambled eggs were kind of like left in the pan. It's like the amount that didn't get eaten.
Right, you're too depressed to eat it.
They're like lonely and cold. Whereas the tossed salads, I mean, they're tossed, they're exciting, they're living their best, you know? You guys disagree?
Yeah, well, in Seattle, it rains a lot, so I just picture there's rain out the window when both of those things are happening.
I imagine you pan off of the cold scrambled eggs to the window where there's rain.
He does say, baby, I hear the blues are calling, right?
Yeah.
Out the window.
Yeah, so there is a sadness there.
Oh, for sure.
But then it's tossed salads and scrambled eggs. So this person's asking which one is more sad between the two.
That's how I picture it. I picture it ending with him just looking at what he's created, looking down at his food and being like, I can't eat either of these things. I'm too fucking depressed.
I've never actually thought about it, but he is a psychologist on the air.
Yeah.
People are calling who are sad. And is tossed salads and scrambled eggs like a really callous, rude way of calling like people's brains?
Yeah.
Okay, this one's important. Sorry, I was fucking totally checked out because I was trying to read through to find a good one. Hey, Quaids, Jake Gyllenhaal isn't the only Lasercat alum to play Iago in Othello. This is really to Seth. In the early 90s, Christopher Walken, star of Lasercats 3D, played Iago in a production of Othello in Central Park for Shakespeare in the Park.
Whoa.
Oh, okay. All right. We're making a lot of connections on this episode.
But I'm sure it will say it in the playbill for anything Walken has done post Lasercats.
I'm going to try to go see that show soon, and I'll let you guys know how he does as Iago. I'll be very critical because I saw that Walken performance, and so I'll be able to tell you who did it better.
Oh, I'm actually really excited to hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I didn't see the Walken thing, though. That part was untrue.
Oh, less interested now then.
I got what I wanted in terms of I knew somebody was going to be able to tell me about the Pittsburgh bar I was talking about.
I love that Pittsburgh bar.
As a card-carrying member of the Quaid Army here in Pittsburgh, I'm like 90% sure the bar Akiva is referencing is Geese in Polish Hill.
I went there a lot when we were there.
It's a punk bar that serves pierogies all night, as is customary. I had many normal ones there. Normal ones.
What I like about Gooskies is that it feels a little bit like you might get punched in the face there, which I think is a very good sign for any kind of dive bar.
You're right. I did not feel entirely, me and Liz were playing pool in the back and I didn't feel 100% physically safe.
Yes. And I think that is a good sign for a bar, a good bar.
Yeah, I agree.
If people don't want me there.
I mean, it's kind of part of the definition of a dive bar. It's baked in.
It's a great name, Gooskies.
Gooskies is a great name.
Yeah.
Let's go there.
I remember it because it's when me and Tom Hanks were hanging out because Mario was shooting that movie.
Did you go to Gooskies together?
Who's Tom Hanks?
No.
Yeah, I only know Tommy.
How's your foot doing, by the way?
I do have, yeah. I have an actual question. So it ended with, had many a normal ones there. Is that a Pittsburgh slang, or is normal ones a Pittsburgh beer, or is that a way to say?
I believe that's Pittsburgh slang, but I don't know. Weigh in on the comments.
Yeah.
Is that just mean like a normal beer?
Yeah, or like a good night. Like, I had many a normal ones there.
Yeah, what do yins think about that?
Yeah, yins weigh in.
What do yins think?
I'll chuck down an icy light. You know what I mean?
How'd it go?
Oh my God, here he is.
Oh, fuck. That's back. Yeah, we were off the rails this
Did you set a
time.
timer to be like, gotta get in before they're quite done?
We let loose, Seth. That was bad.
I just got a text that I heard you were still going.
Seth, what do normal ones mean in Pittsburgh?
What do normal ones mean?
What do normal ones mean in Pittsburgh?
I don't even think I know the answer to that.
It's beers brewed in or associated with Pittsburgh, include Iron City Beer, Rolling Rock, and Penn Brewery.
Yeah, that's the icy light I was talking about. But this guy that wrote in talking about the Geese, which was the bar I was referencing, said, had many a normal ones there.
Interesting.
And we were saying, oh, is that a cool Pittsburgh way of calling out having had a brewski?
I do feel like you should know this, Seth.
I would not. I will admit that my connection to Pittsburgh is as a child visiting my grandparents, so we weren't doing a lot of brews.
Yeah.
But being a Steelers fan, don't you kind of need to know this stuff?
But I only drink, red wines when I'm at the game.
Understood.
Yeah, irregular ones.
But do we all agree, sound off in the comments, that Seth can't really be a true Steelers fan until he goes to Gooskies and has the normal one?
I'll go to Gooskies.
Seth, how hard do you think Andy was sighing at your voice notes?
I think he was sighing because they were going better than he thought they would.
That is actually part of what happened.
It was both. He sighed for multiple reasons.
That did happen, but it was mixed in with a lot of vitriol.
Well, I mean, I'm deeply excited to hear, the outcome of my efforts. How much did you talk about Hausers, the two Hausers?
We did get into that a little. I had to stop everything to go, whoa.
Yeah.
I almost don't want to spoil it for you, especially because I want you to have to listen to this.
You know what? It's always a good podcast episode is you do the whole thing for an hour and then someone comes on and you do like a 5-minute recap of that hour for the audience. So Seth, next week though, when we have you, we can talk about the actual episodes as well as the thing. But for instance, we don't have to talk about it now, but I see something called Gitmo ad. And on here, at least, it's claiming that it's Solomon Taccone Kenward Schaffer. Of course, these things sometimes get the credits wrong.
It'll be fun to watch.
I don't know what that is. I'm very curious if we helped because it's a videotape. So maybe we helped because it's pre-tape.
Yeah.
But I have no clue what that is. I mean, obviously it didn't come from us. My name's last. But you're second, Yorm. I don't know what.
I don't know what Gitmo ad's going to be.
I know Yorm had a lot of Guantanamo Bay takes. He would always come in and be like, and we'd be like, take it somewhere else, Yorm. That's not our brand. And
just kept being like, is this the week? Are we ready? Are we fucking ready?
He would always say, if it's not a MacGruber week, I think it's probably a Gitmo week for me.
So I got to get this Gitmo thing started. Yeah, he thought he had a franchise.
He would come in, he's like, do you think it's a good week for Gitmo or Sloth?
The second Seth came back, I started doing spelling bee again.
All right, I got to go. I just wanted to check in on you guys.
Oh, what are you up to, man? Everyone wants to know why you're too busy.
Because I host a talk show. It's hard to do both.
No, you're the one who wanted to do the podcast.
Get your priorities straight.
Seriously.
I know. I did agree to it when there was a strike, and it obviously ended a lot sooner than I thought it would.
You agreed to it? You forced the issue. It was you being like, hey, would you ever do this? It's my idea, Seth. My team will be in charge.
Also, I bet way more people listen to this podcast than watch your show.
I think that's right.
That can't be right.
What hat are you wearing, Yorma?
It's a Mets hat.
It's the weirdest Mets hat I've ever seen.
Is that the font for the Met?
I would believe it was for the Metropolitan Opera.
That's what I mean. It seems like it's for the
That's correct. It's like a hipster, I'm an asshole Mets fan hat.
Yeah.
This guy's all sports. We already covered in the Seth. You'll learn.
Seth, how many are you in on spelling bee? How many did you get?
Today's a disaster. It's one of those days where
it's a bad one.
I mean, I'm like 10 away. I hate it.
Andy's been half defocused the whole time, and I'm like, we can't have that today because we don't have Seth keeping things moving.
Oh, I see. When I'm around, Andy can sort of one eye on the bee, but
yeah, but today it's a problem. He's gone back to it hard as soon as you popped on.
So as soon as you're back, he's right back to.
I'm 5 away, but it's a lot of words.
Well,
I'm almost certainly going to hints,
The thing I wanted to come on and say, and then I'm going to hang up immediately, is I love you guys.
I'm so glad because when we got to your last one and you said I love you, I was like, is the fucking show over now? So now I know the show.
You got confused.
He's gone.
Oh, he really dropped off.
Okay.
That was it.
All right. Love you too. Bye. That was a great episode.
Okay, color. That's always what I'll say, I guess. Do you guys want any other? Jeff did compile a bunch of questions. Do you want to hit one more and then we'll say goodbye?
Can we do like a speed round? All right. Seth saying I love you means we're at the end of the program. So speed round for questions. Keeve, go.
Well, it's a little long, so I'll just read one, but I have not read it all the way through. This is from Isabel. Right. Hi, Akiva, Andy, Yorma, and Seth. I have been a fan for a while and enjoy most everything you guys do. Something I have noticed over the years and across several Lonely Island projects are mentions of geese. After the big jump in Hot Rod, Scrooge comes out with a cooked goose for everyone. In Boombox, obviously, several mentions of boiled goose. There's another song featuring geese called I Don't Give a Honk. It's the sound that a goose makes.
A stretch, but we'll accept it.
Also, did an update feature. Andy did an update feature with Seth as Larry the Goose. And most recently in the Hot Rod episode of the pod, I believe you mentioned that you were goose guys.
And we talked about goose geese.
Yeah, we just talked about goose geese.
Yeah, this is an appropriate question.
Maybe that's our actual place we should be all the time is goose geese. We don't even like the Steelers.
I was just wondering what draws you to geese specifically. What is their comedic appeal? Well, I can't explain it. I mean,
it's the reason Goose Geese is a great name for a bar. It's just fun to say.
Oh, yeah. I think that's all it is.
This is a really nice observation and really makes us look in the mirror. So really, we just say thank you, I think, to this.
Yeah. And my last little addendum to that is that when I was 5 years old, I was bitten by a goose. So maybe it's from that. Maybe it's like a radiation, like Spider-Man thing.
Oh. Yeah, it's Yorm sort of...
radioactive goose.
Addressing and maybe eradicating the trauma by normalizing it.
Taking it back.
Taking it back. Yeah, wow. Damn. We just got so real.
Well, why don't we just wrap up there with a goose comment?
All right, Goose Army.
Wait, are we changing it?
Yeah, we're changing it.
The Gooski Army.
If we change it to the Goose Army, Jack Quaid's going to be fucking stoked.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Quaido.
But the guy who played Goose in Top Gun is in for a world of hurt.
Yeah, we're just Goose. We're just Anthony Edwards. We're just goose heads here.
Sorry, Anthony, that I didn't remember your name off the top.
When they were really trying to write Maverick and they're sitting there and they're like, what would Goose...
Anthony Edwards is the basketball player. Is the other guy's name also?
I'm sorry. I forgot I was dealing with two sports nuts here who aren't going to remember.
You're right. I never put together that they're both named Anthony Edwards.
You think we got another Doogie Howser situation here? Another Douglas Howser?
Do you think Anthony Edwards, the actor, is constantly being mistaken for Anthony Edwards, the basketball player?
Yeah.
Like he'll like give his credit card at a restaurant and they're like, hey, good luck in the playoffs.
It's like the Will Smith who plays for the Dodgers. Every time they introduce Will Smith at the Dodger game, everyone goes, uh-oh, here he comes, Men in Black. And then, no, it's just
a different guy, though.
It's just a Dodgers player. And then you're like, that makes more sense.
Keeve, can I be honest? I mostly was making that joke so that I could bring Yorm back into the convo because he's a basketball guy. Yeah. He's like a sports nut.
Well, I was with two sports nuts.
Slam dunk, pick and roll.
He's like, oh, you guys talk about Ant-Man? Oh, he's definitely on the rise. Will he be the future face of the NBA? Who can say? I'm Yorm.
So they call Anthony Edwards the sports player Ant-Man.
Yes.
That's interesting because there's another Ant-Man. Did you know that?
Mr. Paul Rudd.
That's right. It's a comic book character. But that's just coincidence. They called him Ant-Man before that comic book was written.
Well, I wonder if when Paul Rudd and Anthony Edwards, the basketball player, are in the same place and someone goes, hey, Ant-Man, they both turn.
Right. I'd say yes.
And they both turn at the same time and they go, yes? What? Not again.
Yeah. I'd venture to guess when all three are there. ER's Goose.
Oh my God. When Anthony Edwards from Top Gun, who played Goose, is there too?
Yes.
And someone says, hey, Ant-Man?
Yeah. Hey, Ant-Man. They all three go, yes.
Right.
Wait.
What about when Anthony Edwards, the actor, is standing next to a real life goose? And someone goes, hey, Goose. And they both turn and then they go, honk, honk, honk.
Honk. They say honk.
Honk.
Not a
Wait,
gonk.
Yorm, you be the goose and I'll be the actor. Ready? And Keith, you say, hey, Goose.
Hey, Goose.
What? Oh, not again.
Gonk.
Him not goose or me goose?
You want to say not a gonk.
Not a gonk is what the real goose says.
What I was going to ask, though, and it's really important before we sign off, is how long till they came to Rooster for what Goose's son's name would be?
Oh, yeah.
Miles Teller plays Anthony Edwards' son in Maverick, and his name is Rooster. Because he's cocky, right?
Yeah. Was it like, did they brainstorm it a long time, or was it like first thought, best thought?
They're like, he's got to be another type of bird, another kind of farm bird.
Fowl.
Another fowl.
Yeah.
And they're like, and he's cocky. Yeah.
Do you think there was a moment where they were like, should he be guinea fowl?
Right.
I would have pitched geese.
Pheasant. Like,
turkey.
Yeah, turkey. Should have been call sign turkey.
Oh, yeah. Call sign turkey. We got him.
That would have been perfect. Hey, Miles Teller, member of the Quaid Army, send in your voice note. Let us know when you got them to change it from turkey and how you talked old Tommy Cruise into it. Hey, Tom, I'm loving it. Thank you for including me in the project's legacy. Grew up such a big deal.
Oh, it's good to see you.
Just want to talk about my call sign, Turkey.
What do you mean? What about it? I'm playing Tom Cruise perfectly now. What about it?
It's just like it's just not exactly what I feel like is maybe in the vein of like tough, smart, iconic characters like Iceman and Maverick.
Right.
And then here I am, Turkey.
Okay, so, we spent a lot of time brainstorming it, but what'd you have in mind?
We already printed the helmet.
Yeah, hit me with your best shot. What do you got? What's the pitch?
How about, does this do anything for you?
Hold up.
Shit, I couldn't even get through
You're...
Hold up, you're gonna be a chicken? No, let me do it again.
Oh, yeah, I guess chicken does work.
Rooster. I guess it has been a while since the second or third version of Annie came out. That was our concern with Rooster.
Yeah, right. The Tim Curry character. He's like, everyone will be confused. Yeah, they'll think you're the con artist from Annie.
Exactly.
That's right.
Hear me out. I don't think they will. Done.
Listen, Tommy, while we're on the subject of just simple rewrites, you think you could give me one of those shower scenes like DF had in season 3 of NYPD Blue?
What if right before our mission, we all just get in the shower and slow pan down our backsides?
Hit me with 3 shots of my butt. All right. Love you guys. See you next week.
All right. Love you guys.
Love you guys.